The first thing I want to talk about is the new area, and what's wrong with the new area? Absolutely nothing. The new area is absolutely amazing and is hands down my favorite addition here in Season 5, but the one thing that I don't like about this new area is simply where it is on the map. So obviously right now, since Season 5 just dropped, this is going to be a really popular area. I'm not talking about a specific point of interest, I'm just like legit talking about the entire desert area on the map, right? Because that's a completely brand new area. So right now it's popular, but I wonder, you know, a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks into Season 5, you know, how popular is it going to be? Just because it is in a really bad spot, right? It's like Junk Junction, right? It's in the corner of the map. No one ever goes there. Now, I know that having these vehicles on the map really does help with this issue because I played like 20 games so far in Season 5, and I think I had one final circle actually be in the new area, not a final circle, but at least one of those late game circles actually in this new area. But for, you know, the other 19 games, it was me either finding a vehicle or me running across the map trying to get to the next circle, just because, you know, this is not in a very centralized location. So overall, this new section is fantastic. I love it. I love playing here. It's such a refresher. It's new, it's different, and it's something unique. But the unfortunate thing is, again, it's just kind of tucked away on the map. If it was more centralized, or if we had more unique locations like this around the map, it would be a much more epic experience. So next up, what exactly happened to playground mode? Because wasn't it supposed to be permanent? I swear, everyone was saying that this mode was going to be permanent here in Fortnite, and it's not in the game anymore. So I want to go over playground mode and what's happening to it and when it's coming back. So the first thing is, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like playground mode was kind of a letdown. I don't know why, but I thought that playground mode was going to be like a full lobby of 100 players, and it was an hour long, and it was a great way to practice and get into engagement and things like that. But it's more of a thing for your friends, or a game of solo, or pretty much like Minecraft 2.0, where you go and build a bunch of crazy things. So it is a cool mode. It is a lot of fun. It's great for practicing building and all that stuff, but it's no longer in the game right now. But I'm assuming that a playground mode V2 will come out very soon. So when playground mode first launched, there were a lot of problems, a lot of weird issues with the mode, and there are a lot of things that are going to get fixed. And here is the list of the things that will be changed and added into playground mode V2. So the first thing is you'll be able to select teams within your game of playgrounds. You can select teams of 1v1 and 2v2s, which is awesome for 1v1ing and 2v2s. Aim assist for controllers. I don't know why this was not in the first version, but they're adding that in. You can edit other structures, which is a big thing. Traps affecting teammates and enemies correctly. Highlighting teammates on the map. Another really weird thing, I noticed that your teammates would not show up on the map in the first version, and damaging enemies with your pickaxe. So a couple of things that definitely need fixing, but hopefully one day playground mode can evolve into this massive like training ground for new players, and just to be able to get into a ton of engagements would be awesome. So with every new update or major update we get here in Fortnite, we get a bunch of nerfs. So with this update, or version 5.0, we have 2 nerfs that you might like, you might not. So the first one obviously has to do with the shotguns, right? Because what's a Fortnite update without nerfing shotguns? Now, shotgun damage and all that stuff hasn't been touched, thankfully, but rip the double pump strat. Like, the double pump strat is officially done, and it is no longer in the game, so there has been a change. So when firing or after firing a shotgun, you cannot shoot another shotgun for a short period of time, and that is any shotgun in the game. So there is no such thing as the double pump strat or switching from one shotgun to another, and you either might like this, you might not. Personally, I really don't care because I didn't really use shotguns or this strategy all that much. You know, with all the new guns like the dual pistols and the Tommy gun, you know, there's a lot of other options besides just shotguns, so you might like this, you might not, but finally the double pump strat is dead. So the next nerf is for the silenced SMG, and the silenced SMG like legit turned into one of the best guns in the game, and I'm kind of sad that this gun is getting nerfed just because it was such a bad gun for so long, and finally it was good. Well, it still is good, but it's no longer an AR. So before this nerf or this patch, the silenced SMG was like legit an AR. Like, it could really wreck people at range, but no longer. They've kind of made it so that the damage drops off at range. So the fall off starts at 24 meters instead of 28, and then after that the damage just drops severely at range, which again I'm totally okay with. Right now the silenced SMG is still deadly at close quarters, so it's still good, but it's no longer a laser gun. So next up, I want to go over all of the battle pass skins. Personally, I'm not really overly happy or thrilled with all the skins, or the majority of the skins here in the battle pass, but I do have to say that the tier 100 skin is absolutely epic, and that one is just godly and hands down one of the best battle pass skins we've had so far in Fortnite. But let's go over each of the skins. And also, guys, I'm really curious, what do you guys think of the skins? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Let me guys know right now in the comments below. So the first skin is the drift skin. This one is evolving as well as you rank up. You get new armor sets, and it looks awesome, completely decked out, way better than the carbide skin we saw back in Season 4. Next skin that we have is also a tier 1 skin, and that is the Hunter skin. It's an okay skin, it's a Viking skin, but if you're gonna pick between this one and the drift skin, especially if you had that drift skin fully evolved, I think a lot of people are gonna pick the drift skin over the Hunters. It's an okay skin, nothing too crazy. Next up at tier 23, we have the Redline skin, and this is one that I'm not crazy about. It's literally just the female version of the Burnout skin that we already have in Fortnite, so it's an okay skin, but nothing too crazy. After that, on tier 47, we have the Sunstrider, and again, it's an okay, pretty basic skin. It's kind of a lifeguard skin, so nothing too crazy with that as well. After that, we have the Sledgehammer skin. It's pretty much just a decked out soldier. It looks kind of badass, but again, nothing too crazy. After that, on tier 87, we have the Rook skin. The Rook skin is an interesting skin. It's okay. It's definitely one of my favorites in this battle pass, but after that, of course, we have the Ragnarok skin at tier 100, and this guy fully evolved. It just looks so badass. I cannot wait to see all of the different colors that you can change with this skin. It's just such an awesome skin, and I think it actually might be the best tier 100 skin we have so far here in Fortnite. So last but not least, the one thing that got me personally really disappointed when I first logged on to play the new map here in Season 5 was probably all of the unchanged locations, right? Prior to the release of this season, you know, everyone was talking about, you know, Jurassic Jungle, a Wild West location, the Egyptian pyramids, all that crazy stuff, and we got none of that, right? And it's kind of like, wow, you're all expecting all that, and we got nothing, right? So obviously we have a desert now, and that is definitely different, and seeing how awesome that is, having that, you know, different area on the map, it makes me want to have more areas like this around the map, because it's such a difference. It's so refreshing, and I couldn't imagine having a Jurassic Jungle, or having an Egyptian area, or having you know, a Pirate's Point where you have, you know, sand and pirate ships and caves. Like, it would be so cool to have all of these different environments, have, you know, the desert in one corner, and then have, you know, the Pirate's Point in another corner, and then have the Egyptian in another corner. Like, that'd be so cool. and so awesome. And unfortunately, we only got, you know, the desert section of the map, and we only really got, I guess, 2 new named locations, unless I'm wrong. And then, of course, we have the Viking one that is unnamed. But overall, the thing that I was most disappointed about was all of these locations that apparently were going to be in Fortnite, but ended up not being in the game at all, and we still have all of the same locations besides Moisty Mire. Now, I do have to throw in, obviously, it's a possibility that we still might see a lot of these leaked locations later in the season, but I'm talking about, like, right now, the start of Season 5, just because all of us were expecting, you know, this massive map overhaul at the start of the season, and we only got a little corner of the map. Not a little corner, but a pretty massive corner of the map, but still, we were expecting a lot more, and we got just a little bit of that. But you never know. Towards the middle or the end of the season, we still might get more, but as for now, it's not what we thought. Now, with that being said, every single update for every single game is going to have positives and negatives. These are just the 5 things that I'm personally not too crazy about. For the most part, I think everything they added in is awesome. And again, I said 100 times, I'm going to say it again, the new area is absolutely amazing, and I really hope in the future they add in more areas like this, because it really does make the game more enjoyable, and it's fresh, and it's new, and I'm excited to see what they do in the rest of Season 5. Besides that, guys, to the video, drop a like, subscribe for more Fortnite Top 5s, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.